Audio Jungle.
All right, the game is set, the pitch is set, and the footballers are ready to exercise what we call the football game in Edo State. I'm talking about the September 19 gubernatorial election that is about to take place in Edo State. And we have so many journalists here speaking on the situation in Edo State. We have the Daily Sun, the Nation, the Nigerian Tribune, and the Vanguard newspaper. Quickly to what we have on today's edition of Bystanders at Least Times, your number one newspaper review program. Okay, please flood Edo ahead tomorrow's Guber poll. Please flood Edo ahead tomorrow's Guber poll. Moving on to the rider on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper. Obaseki, he's a Yamu, others in final push. Obaseki, he's a Yamu, others in final push. But let me use it this way. Obaseki, Tinubu, Oshomole is a Yamu, PDP, APC in final push. All right, it's still Bystanders at Least Times. Quickly to another story here. You must play by the rule. Where the charges security agents, parties, INEC moves sensitive materials to 18 local government areas. Quickly to another story on the front page of the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper guiding the nation on what is going on presently in Edo State. Edo, Buhari warns against violence, rigging of poll. The president warns against violence, rigging of poll. On to the next one. APC preaches peace as PDP protests. INEC promises fairness, tight security in state. APC preaches peace as PDP protests. INEC promises fairness, tight security in Edo State. Quickly to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Very vital one here. What is the Nigerian Tribune newspaper saying on Edo election? Buhari warns politicians, security agents. PDP leaders storm INEC. Buhari warns politicians, security agents. PDP leaders storm INEC. I want democratic standard raised higher at every level. Presidency says, I want democratic standard raised higher at every level. That's what presidency and the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, is saying. Yeah, we don't want repeat of Kogi, Osun, Kano elections in PDP. We don't want repeat of Kogi, Osun, Kano elections, says PDP. 1.7 billion potential voters to decide Edo governorship election. 1.7 million potential voters to decide Edo election. Okay, quickly to another one here. IG orders restriction of vehicular movements. The Inspector General of Police orders restriction of vehicular movements. Still on Edo State, we have the Vanguard newspaper with interesting story on the front page of this journal here. We have tension, security show of force as Edo poll holds tomorrow. Tension, security show of force as Edo poll holds tomorrow. We can see some pictures on the front page of this journal. And what is the picture illustrating here? Sensitive materials for Edo State gubernatorial election being distributed by INEC officials at CBN office in Benin City. Let's quickly join our reviewers for more analysis. Still Bystanders at Least Times with Michael Adekunle. I'll be right back. One tomorrow, September 19 poll in Edo State. But we are in Lagos State talking about what is presently happening in Edo State. Thank you and thank God for the journals we have in Nigeria. Nigeria Tribune, the Vanguard, the Punch, Nation, Daily Independent, and other journals. And I'm still going to appreciate Flip TV for still releasing this to the viewers across the globe. David, it is set already. Police personnel have flooded Edo State, trying to secure the votes and the rights of the citizens of Edo State. How would tomorrow be in that state? Considering the fact that we have security personnel available, we have INEC and the Residential Electoral Commission ready to make sure people vote rightly in that state. What do you have to say?
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekunle. First and foremost, I want to use this opportunity to advocate for a peaceful election and knowing the fact that my core members they will be involved in tomorrow's election. So I want to appeal to the both parties, the party A and party B, to go about the election of tomorrow should be very, very peaceful. And then coming to the topic, I want to implore all government apparatus agencies, because it shouldn't be a do or die affair. There shouldn't be partisan come tomorrow election. They should come on board, adhere to the rules, and there shouldn't be partisan.
David is here putting on his NYSC uniform. David, what's happening today? This one you're putting on this. What's happening?
I'm going for an head count today. So, and then I want to use this medium to also appeal to all Edo residents, core members. Their life are so sacrosanct. So please, our politicians should please play and then adhere to the rules, because most of their sons and daughters are not serving, are not the ones that would preside over the election materials tomorrow. So please, the life of my core members are also at stake. Thank you, Mr. Mike Adebute.
David, you don't have to go, but there's something I want you to talk about here. We have the pictures of 3 strong gladiators in that state. We have Obaseki here, which is the incumbent governor of that state. We have Oshomole, the former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, and we have Ezeyamo, the governorship candidates under the All Progressive Congress. What does this mean to you?
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekule, for such question. Okay. As a civil servant, I don't need to speak in public. So whatsoever the outcome of the election is a very good one. Thank you, Mr. Mike.
David, it is set already. Yes. Footballers are ready to play the match that Nigerians have been anticipating. What do you think will play out tomorrow?
Mr. Mike, you see, like I keep on saying, violence has no place in our electoral process. I saw the show of force organized by all the security agencies in Edo State, and I want to charge all the head of security agencies to know that using that power at your disposal to rig election, to circumvent the rule, is against unknown laws of this country. And on this note, I want to call on all the world international bodies, the UN, the European Union, American government, British government, to bring their searchlight on Nigeria, to make sure they open a register to document every Nigerian citizen, no matter how highly placed, that may be involved in electoral fraud. Just like America have promised, or they have made good their promise to restrict Nigerians who may be involved in electoral fraud before now, visa from coming to America. In the same vein, they should ensure that they document adequately every perpetrator of electoral fraud in this election, so that they can equally hand down that visa ban on them. Having said that, to Edo electorates, this is your opportunity to decide who you want to lead you for the next 4 years. You should do it within the ambit of the law. The youth should not allow the political gladiators, the politicians, to use them as tools to disturb the election. Because for me, election should be won on the basis of the ballot box, not through the barrel of gun. And to the political gladiators, to the politicians, they should know that life is sacrosanct. You cannot keep your children abroad and you continue using the children of the downtrodden to perpetrate crime in order to ascend to the position of our throne of governance. Now, this one is to police. We do not want to see violence in this election. I'm speaking directly to the IG of police, to the Commissioner of Police in Edo State, and to all the respective area commanders and to the DPOs, Divisional Police Officers in Edo State, to know that the mandate of protecting life and property is in their purview. To know that it behoves on them to protect life and property. And DSS that had the mandate to do intelligence gathering. I'm charging you now to make sure you do every necessary intelligence gathering that will aid you to mitigate crisis, violence in the board, like what we witnessed in Kogi State, where a woman had to be burned down in her house. We don't want that scenario. And it's unfortunate that even currently, security agencies are becoming more vulnerable to criminals. I read this morning that a DPO and an inspector in Sokoto State was shot dead in the police station. In Ondo State? In Sokoto State. So where are we going? If police who have the mandate to protect life and property are becoming vulnerable to these armed criminals, bandits, then where lie the hope of the common man? Now, staying on Edo election. Now, I want to encourage every stakeholder that democracy is built on rule of law, and that violence has no place in the electoral process. If you lose an election honorably, you accept defeat. But if there are areas where the rules may have been circumvented and it's clear, you go to the court. That is where you ventilate your opinion. Thank you very much.
All right. Of course, the much anticipated September 19 poll, talking about the Edo State gubernatorial election, is just here. Today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. Chigozie, what are your expectations from the presidency, from the INEC, from the security personnel, the electorates, and the candidates?
Yes, of course, it is a state election, and I've got the government should stay, the federal government should stay clear. I think everyone should play within the ambit of the law, and the electoral empire, the INEC, shouldn't be biased, unlike the previous elections. So I think they should be able to set an example using Edo and Ondo State that they have repented and they are ready to chart the way forward. Otherwise, there is nothing new. Of course, in Nigeria, as regards to electioneering and election processes, it has been a recurring decimal. So, what we are expecting is something new. If at all they will demonstrate that, I think the world is watching to see what's the outcome of tomorrow's election. And the response, of course, the military and whatever, it seems Edo State has become the theaters of war, where everybody is free for all fights. I don't understand why are those, what is those armored cars doing on the streets of Edo State? Leaving Sabisa and other volatile northeast, northwest, and north central, and you just move them down to they say that they're flexing muscles, demonstrating their. Let them do that before the bandits, if they will not decimate them. So this country is in fact, this country is a waste of time. What should you, just election, that alone will send signal, intimidating signal to the electorate that things are no longer at ease. You see, what should you, indirectly you are intimidating the people that should come and demonstrate their exercise their franchise freely without being coerced, without being intimidated. You can see the money that is flowing. Of course, whatever happens, either the Edo people decide to take their destiny in their hands, or allow the greedy few politicians to decide their fate. That is my position as regards to that.
Thank you so much. So I praise Lord, Father Yahweh, may not be glorified. Knowing what tomorrow will be, it starts from today. Looking at the security operatives deployed in the state, some persons have speculated that they will be working in favor of the All Progressive Congress, the ruling party. Is it so?
Quite sure. Are you doubting? Don't doubt it. They are the party in power. They are the party controlling the armed forces. Now, let me tell you something. In the Rivers election, 2019, is it not the same security agent that helped MPC carry on killing people to sell the ballot box? The same security men, photograph, picture, camera, pick them out. Who persecute them? Who judge them? So that's their duty. That security they send there is to deceive you and me and the international community. That we send people there. But on the underground rigging have already done. I'm telling you. They have done underground rigging. But let me tell you, there's nothing you can tell me in Edo State that is free and fair election, as I believe today, than Obaseki win. Any other thing that Obaseki did not win is not free and fair. Because by reading the mind of the people, seeing how people are clamoring, see how this bamboo jumping up and down, call himself Oshomole, you will know that people don't like APC anymore. From federal to state, APC is a failure to democracy all over the world, not only in Nigeria. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, when he was alive, he said the only white man he will trust is the one in the grave. But as far as that white man is alive, we will never trust that one. So I stand. The only Nigerian security agent I will trust is the one that haven't entered armed forces. It's only the civilians that haven't entered armed forces. But after you have wear the uniform, even if at all NYC, I don't trust them because all of them are government packages. Let me tell you, watch out. They have distributed money to them. If they say the truth, they have assigned them, arranged them what to do. So their presence there is to intimidate the civilians who will vote against APC. It's to fool PDP that they should relax. But I am the person of Obaseki and PDP. They should buckle up and sit up like Wike and the River people did in 2019 election. They should sit up and resist evil. Let the people come at to defend their state. They should not allow Oshomole, individual, a single person, to secure his family, take them to abroad or wherever, or to Abuja, and to destroy them and the Edo State. They should not allow it. If there's anything violence in that Edo State, let Edo people rise up and deal with Oshomole first. Deal with him seriously, but not to kill him, to teach him a lesson.
Now currently, buying of PVCs, that's permanent voters card, is currently going on in that state. We can't say if it is PDP or the All Progressive, supporters of the All Progressive Congress that are doing this, or the authorities of the All Progressive that are doing this and embarking on this. Now, what advice would you give to INEC on this kind of issue?
What advice will I give to INEC? Who print the PVC?
Because we saw this on Twitter yesterday.
Now, I will ask, who bring the PVC? Where is INEC? How the PVC manage to sneak out? Who give them the code of PVC? Okay, that PVC they are buying, who will code it in the card reader? Is it not INEC? Who will code it in card reader? Is it not INEC? If INEC did not print it or permit them to do it, or the way himself doing it, he cannot, the code cannot enter card reader. And if they use card reader, anybody that phone without that one, it cannot show. INEC know about it. INEC are masterminded. INEC are doing it. INEC are sharing it. INEC are doing it. They are against PDP. Look at 2019 election. Look how it happened. Take it to know what happened in the day. And Oshomole don't want to be relevant. Because he knows that if Eze Yamu lose this election, they become irrelevant both in the Edo and the federal. Therefore, he doing anything. But I am telling you, by the grace of Father Yahweh, he may lose. And I am calling Oba of Edo and all the traditional rulers of Edo to Lagos on Edo, whosoever, whether indigenous of Edo or outsider, will come there to cause mayhem against the will of the people of Edo, to rig the election against the people of Edo. Let that person not to survive.
All right, thank you. See, in that state, we have three personalities there. He's a Yamu Basaki and the gladiator in that place. Talking about the former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Adams Oshomole. Mole, it is set already. What do you think will be happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I foresee peace. I foresee people voting and maintaining peace tomorrow, because when the ovation is loud, people begin to, but the way I see things now, all these preempting, suspicious, that there will be crisis. I don't fall into that level. Everybody will maintain peace tomorrow, because in Edo now tomorrow is about two people, Ezeyamu and Obaseki. And after they voted for them, the Edo people, the Edo state will still be Edo state. So it's just a day that we just come and go. I don't see any violence happening tomorrow. They might just be making, empty, bragging. But the way I see things, the security people will be able to curtail all these problems where people have been scared of that will happen tomorrow. Because it's all about election. Election is not about do or die affairs. You go to your polling booth, vote for your candidate, and go back to your. But in other words, don't let us pack it aside that the pocket of violence will not be happening. There will be pocket of violence, because there are thugs
with every security presence in that state.
There are people that has been paid to die among those followers, right? They've been paid them to die. They've collected their death warrants, ransom. They've collected their death ransom money from the politicians. So you still expect some pocket of violence to happen, because there are thugs that don't have any other thing than to survive on politicians, and they are ready to die for that politician. You still see those ones tomorrow. But an average Edo man will go to polling booths, cast his votes, and go back, because in their mind they know who to vote for. In their mind, the people of Edo know who, either Obaseki, either Ezeyamu, they know who to vote for. It's only a nonchalant that will be in a system, and the system is not paying, and we still say he wants to continue with that same, old, wagon belief, man. So to me, I pray for peace, and there will be peace. I know there will be peace tomorrow in Edo.
I'm not Edo State. It's going to be fair and fair election. Wow. Because I always said that as you as the national chairman of APC make a statement in 2019 that election is a popularity contest. Let the most popularity person win. Election is not a do or die affair. What I want to say to Edo people, don't allow a politician to use you. You understand? Vote for your conscience. Vote for who you think you can do best. Let peace reign. Because tomorrow will pass, Edo will remain. That is what I have on that. My own question this morning for government, Buhari, legislator, the minister, the senator, the representative, and the vice president, everybody in Aso Rock. I have a question for you people this morning. What is your mission against the masses? Because I hear a news yesterday that we just wake up and tell everybody that Nigeria should go back to their bank and re-register their bank. Before we re-register BVM, if I don't make mistake, many Nigerians have not get BVM because it's not an easy task. How will the government that love the people, that love the masses, that want the masses to move forward after pandemic, Is it, Mr. President, if it is anyone that offend you in your regime, in military regime time, go back to the person, don't put it on the masses. Because what you are doing to the masses now is enough. If nobody talk, people are ready to talk. Oga, you are double suffering the masses. Double, not just one. You increase fuel price, you increase electricity tariff. We didn't see the light, no POS. We are still paying. Light will not come for 3 days. A month we will still pay the same amount. And we wake up another day, the money will increase. Is it wickedness or love? It's not love. It's wickedness. So please, I want to beg everybody in Aso Rock, the senator, the ministers, the president, the vice president, everybody operating in the system of Nigeria government, hold the masses in heart. Because if you only value your children, what happened in Egypt will still happen in Nigeria. Don't think that it's only the Bible day that it can happen. It will happen. Because before Pharaoh head calm down, God had to take their firstborn. If you think that you can wicked us, I only pity the pastor we have that are after their own pocket. They are not praying, they are not seeking God's face. But the ones that are seeking God's face are still praying for intervention of God. If the intervention come, it will not be easily. Oga, you people should repent and change. And try to do one thing that masses will take to remember you. But that bank, for us to go and stand in bank in this pandemic time, me, I'm not agree to it. Anything you people like, if you want to lock my bank, if you want to block it, you block it. It's not my concern. But me, I do not accept to it. Right. Find another alternative. Right. Because we are in a, everything now work online. In bank, if your ATM expire, you can get ATM online. Why will the government tell us to go and stand in a bank queue to collect, to re-register our bank? It's not easy. Government should rethink. I don't want to insult anybody. I just respect una this morning for now position, but tomorrow if I call, if I never reverse them, I get message for now. Right.
All right, Festus, thank you so much for keeping it real with me here. And I also appreciate my viewers for also keeping it real with me here. My viewers, thanks for always keeping in touch. Still bystander South Nissan. And I'm saying thank you so much, everybody watching us right now, for keeping in touch today with us on this program. Make sure you join us next time on the same platform. You can join us on our social media handles. It's been on the screen. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Temitayo Adekule. Thank God it's Friday, TGIF. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Audio